Hello, 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 hello. All right. All right, how are you doing? Well, let's start the second part of this, shall we? I'm going to go into, and I don't know which order I'm going to put this in, but I'm just going to go dive right in. A model once asked me a really important question, and it shocked me because it was a really insightful question, and I think it was very well addressed. So here it goes. I was asked about paid gigs and longevity into this industry. So remember I first said that you guys have to find out whether or not this is something you want to do for a hobby versus if something you want to do for money. So I have certain principles that I live by, and I'm not sure you may live by the same thing, but I'm just going to tell you what works for me, and you can adapt it as is, or you may have your own philosophy. So here's what I say. Number one, I don't chase money. You want money to chase you. You want opportunity to chase you. You want success to be all over you. You just focus on whatever God has for you. You just focus on whatever, opportunities come your way, and you go for that. And another one will come, and then another one will come. Don't worry about the naysayers and the haters and all that good stuff. You just focus on what you have to do. And things will happen. Keep on prayer. Keep diligent to what you're supposed to do. Remain professional. And just go for it. Now, will you fail? Of course you will. Will you fall? Mostly. Will you stumble? Of course. These things happen. This life. It's hills and valleys. It's not straight up. It's not a straight slope. Now, for those who it is a straight slope, then hey, God bless them. But for the majority of the human beings living on this planet, it's hills and valleys, hills and valleys. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forward, 1 step back. But you make progress. But the thing about it is you learn from every mistake you've made, hopefully. You've learned and gained insightful wisdom and experience that you could take and carry on to when you go into the next challenge or to the next level in life. You can, excuse me. Told you, live and uncut, and I'm not editing that. You can definitely, take that and prepare you for the next level in life, because believe me, there are things that I went through as a business owner in my first year that I'm totally was like, wow. But let me not digress. Let me go back to what I was saying. So, paid gigs and all. So that's what I asked people, because see, if it's a hobby, it kind of lets me know as a person who's investing in you and then you invest in your craft how much you're going to put into it. Because sometimes when it's your hobby, you're not going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to drive. You're not going to travel and drive 6-7 hours from Florida to Atlanta or from New York to Chicago. You're not going to fly from L.A. to Georgia or to New York if it's your hobby. Now, you may do it sometimes, but your schedule more than likely going to have to be cleared. Now, if it's a desire, if it's something that you really want, if it's your passion, without a question, you'll do it. You will make a way out of no way. You will come up with the money. It just happens. It just happens. So let me give you the real on what I feel about it. So here you have a Curvy Plus model. She is new, don't have any experience, but she's pretty. She's been exposed to it through a fashion show or through a magazine. So she contacts me or contact another person and say, hey, how do I get into this industry? How do I model? So I pretty much tell them, hey, like I said, fill out the assessment form, application, we go from there. Then you take something, what I think is essential, called professional pictures. See, when I go on Facebook and I look at these, people send me stuff, and I do the research and I go back on their Facebook or Instagram page, I'm looking for professional pictures. Not selfies, not pictures that look grainy or blurred. I'm looking for professional content. Let me rephrase that. Professional content, yes. Because professional pictures along with professional content. So if you want to be taken serious, if you want to be if you want people to pay you for your craft, you have to invest in yourself. And it doesn't happen overnight. So let's say, for example, you take these professional pictures. Now you have an image out there that people are looking at. So any other photographer that comes at you, like, hey, I want to take your picture. Hey, I want to do this, or I want to do it for free. Do the trade for print thing. And that's cool, too, because that's how I started. they're going to look at what you already have. Now, if they produce to you anything less quality than what you have gotten before, that is professional, whether it be from Kushions Photography or any other photographer, then you need not to put that in your social media. You could thank them for the experience, and you need to say if they want to tag, they want to post a picture, that's fine, but don't tag you, because you don't want an inconsistency of images on your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. So, and I may be, like I said, going all around the way with it, but here's the thing. You want to establish a professional presence, and it starts with the pictures. Then it starts with the surrounding pictures, meaning if you have a Facebook page. Now, I know some of you guys have Facebook page with your family, your kids, and you're putting everything on there, crazy food and all this, your opinions about the president and all this other stuff. And that's fine. That's great. But at some point, either you're going to start a modeling page or you're going to start another Facebook page. Because the only content that I'm looking for is anything to deal with fashion. Fashion clothes, fashion runway, makeup, hair, products in your pictures, just all along the line. When I see that consistently through your timeline, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to see how much you're gonna charge. I'm not even gonna come at you like, hey, I got this opportunity and I want to offer you a trade for print deal. I'm gonna come at you like, hey, I would like to take your photos. This is what I pay. Do you accept? Yes or no? Or I'm gonna be like, hey, I would like to take your photo. What is your going rates? That's how I'm gonna come at you, because you already presented to me a professional front. But when I see inconsistency of blogs and you posting crazy videos on Facebook and Instagram, I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you, because to me you're already tainted. You kind of like your brand is kind of like, I'm just being honest out there. That's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Please, nobody take it personal. But that's just how I feel about things. It's and if you're wondering why you're not to the level you should be at right now, and especially if you've been doing this like 5, 6, 7 years in the industry already, maybe that's why. Maybe because you oversaturated yourself with images on social media, and there's a lot of inconsistency with it, and there's no true brand that you're trying to show. So, I mean, maybe those are some of the things. Can it be correct? Maybe. But here's the funny thing about it, and this is the harsh reality, and I might label this chronicle harsh reality, is that when you're trying to reconstruct your image in your 30 plus, there's a 21-year-old right now. There's a 18-year-old right now. There's a 27-year-old right now getting it in. She gunning. She working hard. She's watching YouTube videos. She's practicing. She's getting in shape. She's curvy and plus size, but she's building up her brand. She's not putting no garbage on it. She's not putting no behind the scenes craziness. She's not putting no family pictures on it. And boom, within 1 year or so, or less than 1 year, she's already on a cover or something. She's getting paid gigs left and right. She's doing this. She's doing that. And you're wondering why. What I've been doing this for 7 years. Why? How come I haven't gotten these opportunities? That could be the reason. I'm just saying. So don't get, that's just one of my personal things. So I know, again, with the, that's like the reality of it. So when you are looking, and I'm searching because I lost my train of thought for a minute. But again, let's bring it back down. Go to my phone to see where I'm at. So again, once you kind of find out where you are, then you can set you up for certain expectations. So if you put in the work, of what I just said, of grinding hard, being consistent, being professional, having only levels of quality pictures on your social media, and you're like, man, why am I still not here yet when I'm here? Then you want to reevaluate your situation and see what you need to do. Do you need to travel more to a certain location? Do you need to be at the hot spot? There's something called a hot spot. I'm going to tell you what's the hot spot. Atlanta's the hot spot. Chicago is the hot spot. New York is the hot spot. Texas is a hot spot. Certain parts of Florida is a hot spot where plus size industry is booming. So, and they have a lot of activities, a lot of events going on in that area. So you want to familiarize yourself with those areas, people, network, and things like that. So let's bring it all back home. So why Kushions plus size? Why this business and not no other business out there? Well, I'm gonna talk about the business because the business is God-given. Let me say that first and foremost. I'm here talking to you, but believe you me, all this stuff filters through me. I'm not a creator of any of this. I don't take none of this for credit. I give it all the glory to God. I'm just happy to be blessed to be the one that is channeling through. Now, I will say this. Am I perfect? Hell no. Do I have an attitude? Sometimes. Am I opinionated? Very. But one thing you'll find in me, I'm consistent and I'm professional, and look at my work. Look at my body of work. That's all I ask of you. If you want to judge me on anything, look at my body of work.